In this episode of Podcastification, I'm going to share with you a little-known shortcut for Libsyn and WordPress integration that will save you tons of time. My name is Kerry Green, and I am the Client Happiness Guy at PodcastFastTrack.com, and this is Podcastification. This show is all about podcasting. How to do it, how not to do it, best practices, interesting news items that have to do with the realm of podcasting, and who knows what else. And I'm trying to do it all with a little bit of fun and some information to help you get a show going, keep yours going, or make it better. And if you like what's going on here on the show, I would appreciate it, so appreciate it, if you could leave a rating or review on iTunes. You can find out how to do that at podcastfasttrack.com/review. That's enough of that kind of stuff. Let's get you podcastificated right away. Libsyn is one of the biggest names in podcast hosting, and WordPress is one of the biggest names in websites. Put them together, and what have you got? A great combination of experience, efficiency, and effectiveness in getting your podcast audio out to the world. But most of you know that. Most podcasters who host their media files on Libsyn do it this way. They upload their file, they add the title and description fields, and then they publish the episode. They grab the link that's provided and they insert it into their WordPress site using some other plugin. That's great. It works great. No problems. However, if you're doing it that way, you might have noticed that you're essentially posting your content twice. Once to Libsyn, then you copy the download link and paste it into your WordPress site along with another copy of your show notes or blog post. As I said, that's great. It works great. No problems. But what would it do for your workflow if I told you about a way you could publish once on Libsyn and not even have to touch your WordPress site? And the content from Libsyn would publish to WordPress automatically. For me, a solution like that would cut out an entire step and save me 5 to 10 minutes per podcast episode. Well, that's exactly what Libsyn has created with what they call their on-publish solution. The good folks over there at Libsyn have created a way that you can publish your entire blog post or show notes on their site using their Libsyn interface, and it will transfer directly to your WordPress blog when you hit publish. You can include images using a link from an external site, like your website media library, and they will transfer directly to your WordPress post. You can include clickable links, and they will transfer to be clickable links on your WordPress site. You can have it post to your WordPress site in a draft status or according to a scheduled date and time, just like you normally would. The post will also include the Libsyn player of your choice, their Legacy, Standard, or Standard Mini, and you can customize it to the size you want. And I even did an experiment using a shortcode from the Tweet This plugin that I have installed on my WordPress site. I inserted the shortcode in my Libsyn post just like I would on my WordPress site, which does require that you know what the shortcode is, and it worked beautifully when it transferred to my site. Almost every function you have within the WordPress dashboard can be set up in Libsyn so that when the post publishes on your WordPress site, it's just like you want it to be. So how do you set this up within your Libsyn account? Well, it's a bit involved for me to walk through every step of it in this episode, but I'll tell you that it's done through the destination section of the Libsyn interface. And you'll have to install an additional plugin to make the player render properly on your site. But I'm not going to leave you in that kind of a lurch, just teasing you with the fact that you can do this but not telling you how. So I'm going to point you to a great video tutorial that the folks at Libsyn have created that will walk you through this amazing feature. You can find it at podcastfasttrack.com/onpublish. Now, one little disclaimer. Though all this sounds wonderful in terms of time savings, and it will require some front-end work on your part. If you're using Blueberry PowerPress to generate your feed or some other source, you'll have to switch to the Libsyn feed entirely for this on-publish option to work properly. The Libsyn support team will be happy to walk you through that process. You can contact them at support@ libsynsupport.com. And there's one other thing you'll have to do. You'll have to set up what's known as a 301 redirect, which tells iTunes and the other directories that are currently pulling from your podcast feed to come looking for your feed at a new address, at the Libsyn address. Again, when you get to that step, the Libsyn team will be delighted to help you out. You can contact them at support@libsynsupport.com. Hey, that's it. I hope it's helpful for you to know about this on-publish solution. I would love to know how many of you actually already use the on-publish solution. I would love to hear your experience with it in the comments for this episode. You can leave a comment at podcastfasttrack.com/LibsynOnPublish. Now go out and have a podcastificating day. This show is brought to you by Podcast Fast Track, where my team provides professional podcasting services without the time suck. Full production, editing, and show notes all in one monthly subscription package. You can find out more at podcastfasttrack.com. Now go out and make it a podcastificating day. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, honey. I'm doing some recording. Can you be more quiet?
Oh, yeah, I was going to vacuum.
Okay, we'll wait about 15 minutes, please.
Okay.